And historically, we've been producing an average of 30 affordable housing units a year over the last 10 years. So now we are dealing with a housing element that requires 6,000 plus units. And all of us that are saying, oh, I'm pro housing, that's not enough.
Alex, thank you so much for taking time to join our office hours. And it looks like you're stepping up to do public service and running for city council. Alex, can you just quickly give a quick introduction to yourself and why you're running?
My name is Alex Comsa. I'm running for city council this year. I moved to Palo Alto in 2010. I'm a father. I have 2 kids in the school district. I decided to run earlier this year based on some input I've gotten from a few community members. I saw a social media post in January, February timeframe in terms of housing issues that we are dealing with at the city council level. And then I started talking to 20-some people that used to be involved in a city council, like ex-mayors, city council members. And then out of the 20 or so, they encouraged me to run. And the more people I talked to, the more encouraged to run I got. And that was mainly based on the unique skills around land use and financial skills. I also want to mention that I'm a small business owner. I've been in real estate for 10, 12 years or so. And I think those skills, when it comes to being a small business owner, being used to managing small budgets or so, those could be super useful for city council.
What do you think city council does well right now?
Let's focus on what's going well. I think there are some issues that most of city council members and community members agreed on, which could be climate change, addressing climate change, and so forth. So I believe it's nice to see community members and city council members agreeing on certain things, and climate change is definitely one of those.
Okay. Yeah. And so what do you think the council is not doing?
I believe the council could be a bit more united when it comes to addressing land use issues, mainly creating affordable housing. I think it makes sense for us when it comes to addressing the housing element to be a bit more in a driver's seat, to look for larger projects that could be managed in phases and projects that we could handle by really being in a driver's seat versus being at the mercy of developers to come to us with projects. And very well that so many projects don't pencil out in Palo Alto. And by saying, oh, I'm pro affordable housing, which they mean that if an affordable housing project comes their way, they will approve it. Guess what? That's happening as we speak. And historically, we've been producing an average of 30 affordable housing units a year over the last 10 years. So now we are dealing with a housing element that requires 6,000 plus units. And all of us that are saying, oh, I'm pro housing, that's not enough. I believe even the current city council and the new city council should look into really getting into the driver's seat and drive projects or so, because those affordable housing projects don't fall on our laps. An affordable housing unit costs about $850 to $900K to build. Unfortunately, those projects don't pencil out for private developers. That's why I believe that the only way to create affordable housing on a large scale is to look into city-owned properties and be really in a driver's seat and phase those out to make sure that you can really create affordable housing.
If you look at some of the small businesses in Palo Alto, especially retail, right? We have like record vacancies. In fact, we have record vacancies almost all around the commercial properties. There's like the Stanford Research Park, our downtowns, right? They're like a ghost of what they used to be. What are your thoughts about that, and how do you think we could solve some of those issues?
Unfortunately, some of that is related to the high rent we've been experiencing in Palo Alto in general, and some businesses cannot make it in general. We are kind of part of the problem, and we are buying everything from Amazon these days. I'm buying 90% of stuff online. I don't go to downtown to buy shoes anymore. I don't go to downtown to buy t-shirts anymore, right? So unfortunately, those businesses cannot make it in downtown. It's just an image of a company in downtown. I would like to see a bit more variety Restaurants are the only ones that actually could pencil it out due to the fact that they could charge a fair amount for dinners and stuff, and Palo Altos could afford that.
So Alex, you probably know this, but on city council, I tend to be the one who really scrutinizes the budget. In fact, you know that this year, Palo Alto has $1 billion budget, the biggest it's ever been. It's a double-digit increase from last year. And so what's your thoughts about the budget and government efficiencies and things like that?
Yeah, the increase obviously happened since last year was a much lower budget than the previous year. The increase was needed, but I believe it's not enough. And I was told that we don't have enough resources as for restore some public services, public safety and so forth. I believe that we have to be a bit more.
Alex, can you tell people how can they get involved in helping?
There's so many ways of when it comes to helping. Obviously, volunteering is a good way to start. If people like my platform, they could really volunteer in so many ways. Sign up for volunteering when it comes to canvassing, and anyone can be involved when it comes to donations. Any amount would go a long way. As we are dealing with a race where lots of funds are needed in order to get your word out. Yeah, I'm really here to actually to listen, adapt, and serve our community. I truly believe that my land use expertise, my balanced approach to housing, and my commitment to non-partisanship would really be appreciated by the city council. Like I said, I'm the only immigrant in the race, and I'm really committed to serving our community. I believe that's also important when it comes to getting a bit more diverse city council. And yeah, I think a vote for me, it's really a vote for change, for expertise, and common sense, actually.
Thanks everyone for watching. If you like what you see, make sure to leave a like and subscribe. And don't forget to ring that bell to stay up to date with our channel.